Welcome back to Indy, and we're going to be getting right here into the Pocono Raceway, but the last three parts were done here in the Indianapolis 500, or the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and the Texas Motor Speedway as well. But right now, we're going to be going inside of the Pocono Raceway, even for its 17th birthday, because this is where if I just don't like that recently, that is going to be hated much more stuff about for this one. Until this is where I'm just gonna be kicking out of this game. That was not. So looks like we're inside of this way. Let's just gonna be set back into 3, and we're gonna be using some kind of other kinds of styles. So you remember in about for a couple of Indy cars with NASCAR tires, and probably that doesn't gonna be mean to see yes around here. So it does actually say yes, and because the 1990s IndyCar of the Reynard 97i, and it requires for Game Pass, including the pace car as well. Return to Indy, and let's just gonna be trying to do what is exactly click for schemes, and I'm gonna be doing something literally not for America, but perhaps it's gonna be using for a Chase Elliott style. But more likely it's going to be using for some kind of numbers as well. So we're going to be picking up for the pictures or picking up for many schemes. Where should I pick around here? So I'm just going to be using for one vehicle Montoya, or literally it wasn't going to be one. So let's just going to be doing the base number, or this is not going to be using. Let's just going to be choose black. And we're making for a first couple of lap times in 220 miles per hour. Now we're going to be using for some kind of spectate mode that isn't available for something. Now if you're just going to be trying to spectate in simply Indy 500 as well, then there must be lap time boards or hidden laps and corner cuts is going to be going all the way around. If that is absolutely going to be going for corner cutting as well, this is going to be a little bit hurt, and try not to lose the front wing, as always. This is probably going to be going for serious race when at 220 miles per hour. In this selection of this track, we got for 5 to 6 lines. It's going to be going for a first lap, and here we go. Now let's just going to be trying to go for the inside, and perhaps this is never going to be much more worse. Now, if before that doesn't even matter about the commentary, but very much looks like this is exactly how it's going to be going for this one, and nothing but crazy is going to be going around here. So it is going for the Wacky Wednesday for this Friday. Now that doesn't going to be making matters in about for 5 laps to 8 laps in Pocono Raceway, which is I will be surviving without for hitting the walls, for losing tires, and front splitter as not the splitter as well, the front wing or some kind of a front spoiler as well, not the rear spoiler as it was. And because we just slightly failed the lap 2, and because something is absolutely not going to be going for a running good internet connection, it's not going to be going for missing as well. So looks like the IndyCar is going to be going around fine here around here. So if I'm just going to be getting too close to the IndyCar, and we'll see for the first person. Not that I just going to be trying to do so, because look at I absolutely tried to bin here. So front spoiler is still fixed. It's going to be making for many more laps, and I just going to be leading a lot of them. And I'm never going to be making for this video goes on over 15 minutes as possible, and Indy lap times is going to be making for this thing. So I'm just going to be making for very close and for this thing. And for our 17th birthday, I'm going to be going for very quick as possible. Before that doesn't matter, that I just going to be making for things worse using the number 33 Indy car as well. And I just going to be slightly that we didn't do for our favorite things. So in the IndyCar series, I'm going to be taking around for the huge pole position, and never going to be making around for the big back zero as well. In fact, this is going to be making for very best lap times as well by hitting the walls And it looks like in for our second turn. Our first turn to second turn is absolutely pretty good. And the third turn is absolutely for the turn number 3. This is going to be making much harder than our first laps. The first couple of laps doesn't even matter, for in the first couple of results is going to be completed about for this thing. So I make sure that doesn't going to be even going wide, or 3 wide is going to be going for a little bit as well. Let's just try again, in other words of conditions. Let's just going to be say we're going to the inside lane. As we're going to be going around to the inside, which is not going to be going for a very possible, that feels a little bit hard. And here comes the final turn. That doesn't going to be means to going all the way for down here. What lap is it? Is it going to be making for about for the final lap as well? Now, I'm pretty sure that doesn't going to be making for just the last video. In the last couple of videos to do so, that is just literally made from IndyCar content as well. And because this schedule is absolutely completely finished around for this one, and because my time, that does really effort for many more videos to come. So as we're going to be, despite seeing this, and a couple of look like this thing is going to be making for about for a best and limited time as well. Limited time in for my birthday is going to be very much, but looks like we're almost going to be hitting the wall, and subject not to be completing about for very best lap times as well. So even I'm just going to be saying inside the lane, or going inside, we're just slightly going to be disable the grip, and we got one mistake here in the Pocono Raceway. So we're just eventually going to be making for many much laps. How many laps is this? It's going to be reaching over 50 seconds. Now, how many times is going to be making for many much more like these things? So, I cannot believe this isn't going to be actually going on. For my best lap time is going to be. So, if we're going to be showing for about for this 5 laps as well, about many more of the lap times, it's not going to be the same as Indianapolis 500. So, it looks like let's just going to be doing for a very perfect side as anyways. So even we're going to be doing such as quickly without further notice, and about for many more reasons we come. So if I just going to be completely touching the yellow line, which is that should be currently having a penalty for 2 seconds or 5 seconds of penalty, and that doesn't even matter, that we're going to be going around for the outside first before the first turn is going to be going inside. Now even perhaps that we should be able to go for best lap times, keeping ourselves for 220 miles per hour and for our short time. So this is going to be perfect for use in about for the Indy cars only. After the lap has been finished, or some kind of various lap times has been finished in about for this game, probably I started to get so good in about the lap times as well, and before we're going to be turning back into the pits as well. So, it does absolutely having a major mistake, even we got many more laps to go. So, how many laps is this one? It's going to be going for 3 laps to go, or 2 laps to go for this sale. So, I'm going to be probably, we're never going to be making for many more laps. As we come into the final lap, we will end up this video for immediately like this one. And probably, this isn't absolutely going to be goes into the final. And the last thought I just going to be least to say about for this one, and before thanks for watching and about for this video, I cannot believe what is going on for my first results, or some kind of a last result in about for this thing. But it all is comes to the final lap. Let me see, just absolutely going to be going for about for just as well. And without further notice about for the Indy cars, let's just get all the way into the final lap. Without further with any much notice about for this thing. So this is absolutely the lap number 8 or lap number 9 is going to be going for about for quickly, even for this possible. Even for its first 9 laps of this well, after the lap time has been finished, we suggest we're going to be immediately returned back into the pits while after finishing of this thing. So after finishing for this one, decelerate. Now, I'm sure probably should be going to be able to go for a next time. And hitting the wall, did we just absolutely check around for the front spoiler? And absolutely, we're absolutely still fine. and we just eventually almost crossing the yellow line, and before penalties has been coming around for here. And finally, we have taken the checkered flag, and we'll see the final results look like this one. So, I should be able to jump out of this vehicle, and the Indy car has finally despawned. Looks like that must be 50 seconds. Where's the fastest lap time in all times of various? Well, 50.379. And I should pretty some kind of like these things as well. 50.533 is absolutely the fastest lap time. The IndyCar despawned instantly fast, as literally I'm going to be end of this video. So, if you like for today's video, leave a like and subscribe and click that bell. And this game is linked in the description down below as well. Thanks for watching and for all your support. That which can be Turbo Concept is going to be signing off. And I'll talk to you mini lads and indie geeks all later, including cookie runners as well.